Welcome to Darren Daily On Demand, your most trusted resource to help you become better every day. Here's your success mentor, Darren Hardy.
Like playing chess, painting, or writing novels, money-making is a specialized skill. But for some reason, we view and treat the skill of money-making differently. No one complains when a few people surpass the rest at playing chess, painting, or writing novels, but when a few people make more money than the rest, we get editorials and protests saying that it is wrong. Why is this? The pattern of effort and skill variation is no different than for any other skill, so what causes people to react so strongly when the skill is making money? I think the biggest factor is what I call the BMD Trap, or the Bank of Mom and Dad Trap. I'll explain. When you are 5 years old, you think electricity is created by the electric sockets. You don't realize that there are power plants somewhere way out there generating the actual electricity. Likewise, it doesn't occur to kids that wealth is something that has to be generated. It seems to be something that just flows from parents. Because of how children encounter it, they tend to misunderstand wealth. They confuse it with money. They think that there is a fixed amount of it, and they think of it as something that is distributed by authorities rather than something that has to be created. Because kids are unable to create wealth themselves, whatever they have has been given to them. And when wealth is something you are given, then of course it seems that it should be distributed equally. Like their insistence on the same number of presents at Christmas. They come to see it as a fixed pie, that there's only so much to distribute. Thus, there is a fixation on doling it out fairly. If one sibling gets more than another, they cry unfair and insist on equality. And they carry this fixed pie perception and the need for fairness out into the real world. But in the real world, wealth is something you have to create. The pie is not fixed. It's ever expanding, and it's not something that is distributed by B of MD, or the government, or the company. And since the effort and skill to create wealth varies from person to person, it's not created equally. Beyonce, Ed Sheeran, and Taylor Swift can fill coliseums, while other equally hardworking musicians can't fill the local pub. Stephen King, J.K. Rowling, and James Patterson can sell hundreds of millions of books when other authors can't even get a book deal. You get paid by doing or making something people want. And those who make more money are often simply better at doing or creating what people want. People hate hearing that, but that's the reality, like it or not. And here is where people really get their boxer briefs in a twist. In the US, the CEO of a large public company makes about 100 times as much as the average person in the same company. Basketball players make about 190 times as much as the average person. Baseball players, 93 times as much. Football players, 52 times as much. The media quotes these kind of statistics with horror. Is one person really 100 times more productive as another? Evidently, yes. Here's the deal. How much somebody's work is worth is not a policy question. It's not even a moral question. It's something that the market determines. Steve Jobs saved Apple when it was in a terminal decline. He turned it around into the most valuable company in the world. Was Steve worth more than 100 times as much as the average Apple employee? Well, considering the delta between bankruptcy and Apple now being a $3 trillion company, yeah, I think so. Put it another way, if we go back to 1997 and replace Steve Jobs with 100 average employees instead of him, yeah, things don't work out the same. If you replaced Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Tom Brady, Serena Williams, or Babe Ruth with 100 average players, yeah, things don't work out the same. So when we say one kind of work is overpaid and another is underpaid, what are we really saying? In a free market, prices are determined by what buyers want. Is it right that a person who plays a game all day should earn $136 million, as the Portuguese soccer player Cristiano Ronaldo made just last year. When the average income of Portugal is $23,300 a citizen. That means that Ronaldo is not making 100 times more, he's making 5,837 times more than the average Portuguese worker. So, what is that really saying? Evidently, people like soccer more than poetry. So soccer players make more than poets. To say that a certain kind of work is being underpaid and that it is unjust is saying that people want the wrong things. And I say, are you new here? Of course people want the wrong things. It would make you naive to even be surprised by that. Yes, maybe it's unfortunate that people prefer reality TV, pizza, and Cheetos more than Shakespeare, Bach, and steamed vegetables, but is it unfair or unjust? And when people, let's not make the mistake here, when I say people, let's not make it a, well, let them eat cake kind of thing. It's all of us kind of thing. It's a human species thing. Thus, it's a marketplace thing. So question yourself, have you watched more reality TV or Netflix than you've read Shakespeare lately? Have you scrolled Instagram or TikTok more than you've read poetry or listened to opera? Have you watched more sporting events than visited museums? Yeah, exactly. When people talk about the unequal distribution of income and use words like unfair or unjust, that is the unmistakable signature of the BMD Trap. Why else would this idea occur in this odd context, unless the accuser saw wealth as something that flowed from a common source, a fixed pie that had to be shared and doled out equally, rather than something generated and expanded by doing and providing what other people want. So, what do we take from this? Besides, hopefully, a much healthier perspective about money, income, and wealth creation. A few things I hope. Number one, bolster and teach an abundance mindset. Instead of viewing wealth as a fixed pie to be distributed, see it as an ever-expanding creation where you can have as much as you want by applying ability, innovation, and effort. And number two, embrace the market reality. Accept that your earnings will be proportional to the value you bring to the human marketplace. If you want more income, money, or wealth, increase the value you bring to the marketplace. If you want a raise, increase your value that you deliver to your employer. If you want to raise your prices or sell more, increase the value you deliver to your clients. It's as simple, but often forgotten as that. And number three, focus on what people want. While this sounds obvious as hell, I'm continually amazed at how many people I hear pursuing what they are passionate about, or trying to sell something they think others need or should want, without the clear eyes of seeing what it is that people really want. People are transparent. They tell us very clearly what they want by what they buy. Want more money? Follow the money. Go where the money is. Give people more of what they already want. That is a thesis for market success right there. Give people more of what they already want. I hope that you got that.
Did today's episode open your eyes to the truth about wealth creation? Wealth isn't handed out, it's generated by delivering real value to the marketplace. Just like top athletes and CEOs outperform the average, your success depends on mastering the skills that set you apart. That's exactly what you'll learn at Darren's Business Masterclass. You'll discover how to apply the principles of value creation, marketplace demand, and the ever-expanding wealth pie to skyrocket your business. Ready to stop playing small and start winning big? Attend the next Business Masterclass in October. Hurry though, Darren is offering a 2K scholarship that expires today. Get all the details at hardybmc.com/Darren Daily.